Shalom Yasharallah, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, all praises to Yahweh, Halawaya. And saying that, understand that Saturday and Sunday are pagan Sabbaths. Understand that Saturday and Sunday are planet worshiping. Do you understand me? And this planet worshiping is still being implemented to this day. Because see, when you go back to the calendar, the Gregorian calendar, the days of the week are based on the planetary system. Do you understand me? And the Roman Empire, they were planet worshipers. You understand? And in fact, let's go to Revelations 12:4, and then we're gonna go ahead on into we're gonna get Daniel 2:40. Revelations chapter 12, verse 3. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his head. And basically what he's talking about, the red dragon, politically, is what we known as the Roman Empire. Biblically, it's mapped out into the cosmos. Because see, understand, like the Big Dipper and the Little Dipper, they mapped out these creatures through the celestial objects. Do you understand me? And in fact, I'm gonna hold that, and let me go to the book of Romans right quick to give you an example. Let me get Romans 1 and what? 25. Romans chapter 1. Let's start at verse 23. Romans chapter 1, verse 23. And changed the glory of the uncorruptible Yahweh God into an image made like the corruptible man, and to birds and 4-footed beasts and creepy things. Verse 25. Who changed the truth of Yahweh God into a lie. And what it mean by changing the truth into a lie? Meaning that the creation, evolution. Do you understand me? Dinosaurs was here long before the humans. Okay, all these doctrines, evolution, what it is that humans came from bacteria, man came from ape. All these doctrines are turned the truth of Yahweh God into a lie, because he never created everything. Because when you go back to the Big Bang Theory, do you understand me? So it is what it is, okay? Although we may not be able to see Yahweh God, but he created everything. But yet through man's doctrine and ideology, he don't exist. That's a lie. Do you understand me? See, so what happens is that they turn creation into a lie. Okay, see, what's that Michael Jackson song, Billie Jean? What'd he say? Mother always told me, lies become the truth, and the truth become lies. Do you understand? It is what it is. Let's read that again. Romans chapter 1, verse 25. Who changed the truth of Yahweh God into a lie, and worshiped and served the creature more than the creator. And that creature that they served was that red dragon. Do you understand me? Which was mapped out through the celestial objects. Because see, understand, you got like in the scriptures say, what did Yahweh Shai Christ say? In my Father's house there are many mansions, right? So you got many earth-like planets that's out there. You understand me? You got red giants also. So what happened was that they mapped out that red dragon through the celestial objects. Let's go back to Revelations 12, and let's start that again, verse 3. Revelations chapter 12, verse 3. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his head. Right? And basically what he's talking about, we're going back into the Roman Empire. Do you understand me? Because see, in the Roman Empire, you got 7 heads. The 7 heads are the ones that's by these stars. You got Germany, Italy, France, England, Adrona, Spain, and Portugal. These are the 7. These is what you call NATO. Now the 10 are with Belgium, Netherlands, and Switzerland. These three replace the other tribes, so they make up the 10 toes, right? And that's all talking about the what? The Western European Union. Do you understand me? So the 7 crowns and the 10 horns are what we know as Western Europe. You understand me? It is what it is, okay? Let's read that again. Revelations chapter 12, verse 3. And there appeared another wonder in heaven. And behold, a great red dragon having 7 heads and 10 horns and 7 crowns upon his head. Now upon his head, and talking about the crowns, I'm talking about exoplanets and red giants. Because see, a planet is a ball of is a star, right? And the star is a ball of fire. Planet are called stars. Okay, you understand me? It is what it is. Verse 4. And his tail drew third part of the stars of heaven and did cast them down to the earth. And basically what he's talking about is the summer solstice and fall equinox. Because see, when you go back to the cosmos, right? When you go back to the cosmos, you had the 7 crowns, right? Now, and them 7 crowns are what we call stars. Okay, see, so now that head was mapped out through Scorpio, Sagittarius, Cancer, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, and when it got to Gemini. See, so between Gemini and Taurus is the tail of that dragon that was mapped out through the cosmos. You understand me? I'm giving an example. Say like here, I got Betelgeuse, and see how I got these red dots? Those red dots are what we call red giants, red planets, okay? Now, those connect together to make a symbol, okay? Same thing goes back with the Big Dipper and the Little Dipper when you have stars connected together, okay? See, so when it said it tells you third part of the stars, it's talking about the constellation Orion that is between the zodiac sign Gemini and Taurus. See, down here in Capricorn, and between Capricorn and Aquarius, you have what you call it, Alpha Centauri, right? And then Alpha Centauri, you got 2 red giants that rotates around it. Do you understand me? Those are called exoplanets. Okay? So you understand? See, so when it goes back to the Revelations, that dragon is talking about the cosmos. It's related to the cosmos. You understand me? And in fact, we're gonna hold that. Let's go up to Revelation. Let's go up to 12 and what is that? Let's go to 12 and 1. Let's start from verse 1. Revelations chapter 12, verse 1. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. And basically, again, what it goes back into, and it relates to the cosmos, because it goes back to the Virgo. Okay, you understand me? So she was pregnant. Okay, Virgo was pregnant, meaning that the sun passed through Virgo. Okay, you understand me? See, so when Christ was born in the fall. Okay, so he was born round up between Libra and Scorpio, round up, but I'm thinking he was more of a Libra. Do you understand me? Between Libra and Scorpio, one of these are his signs. You understand me? Because when she gave birth, the dragon was there to eat it up. Okay, do you understand me? To eat up the man-child. Now his tail is talking about the constellation of Orion. Why? Because in the constellation of Orion, you got a group of stars. Okay, see, so in the constellation Orion, those stars came down to the earth. And what it means by the stars coming down to the earth is what you call worshiping. Because see, understand, the Roman Empire renamed these statues after the planets. Okay, like you got Herpes, it's supposed to be Christ. Jupiter is known as Peter. Do you understand me? The Madonna child is known as Mary and Jesus. Do you understand me? See, so they worship the planet. They worship the 4th day creation. They worship the planetary system. And they gave the planetary system names. You understand? See, so the Roman Empire was planet worshippers. And the calendar is based on the planetary system. That's why Saturday and Sunday are pagan Sabbaths. Okay? Do you understand me? That has nothing to do with the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Because see, understand, Yahweh God calendar is part of the 4th day creation, right? But yet, and understand his feast days and holy days are marked off that fourth day creation of the moon, not a planetary system, not Monday, not Tuesday, not Wednesday, not Thursday, not Friday, because all those are nothing but planetary systems that the days of the week are based on, and his Sabbath are based on the new moon. Do you understand me? That dark moon or that new moon, which we call an eclipse, because his calendar is a lunar calendar, not a solar calendar. Okay, and in fact, we're gonna hold Daniel. Let's go ahead into Jeremiah. We're gonna hold Daniel 2 and 40. We're gonna get Jeremiah 31 and 35, I believe. You're gonna get Jeremiah 31 and 35, and then we're gonna go up to the book of Psalms 104, and I think 19. Jeremiah 31 verse 35. Thus saith the Lord, which giveth the sun for a light by day. See, the sun is a gas giant, so the sun only gives light to the earth, so the sun counts for little to nothing. Okay, do you understand me? Let's finish up. Let's read that again. Jeremiah 31 verse 35. Thus saith the Lord, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinance, listen, and the ordinance of the moon and the stars for a light by night. Meaning the ordinance, everything is regulated off the moon. Do you understand me? Let's go to Psalms. Let's go to Psalms 104 and 19. Psalms 104 verse 19. He appointed the moon for seasons. Now see, he appointed the moon for seasons. Now when the scripture talking about seasons, it's talking about summer, spring, winter, and fall. Fall equinox and summer solstice. Okay, relating back to the cosmos. You understand me? See, so when he's talking about seasons, he relating, and it relates to the cosmos. Like I was telling somebody today on my job earlier, right? Y'all have to understand the Bible is based on political and astronomical events. You understand me? It is what it is, and the world is going to end off these events. Do you understand? Let's read that again. Psalms 104 verse 19. He appointed the moon for seasons. Now, it's talking about the weather. The sun knoweth his going down. Meaning the sun knows that it's going down, so the sun counts for little to nothing. Only thing that's the purpose of the sun is to give light to the earth. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. In fact, let's go to the Apocrypha, right? And we're gonna go good to we're gonna go and get Ecclesiasticus 43 and I think 6. Ecclesiasticus 43 verse 6. He made the moon to serve in her seasons. Listen, he made the moon to serve in her seasons, for a declaration of times and a sign of the world. Listen, and a sign of the world. And a sign of the world is what you call an eclipse. Why? Because the earth and the sun is at its perfect rotation. In its orbit. Okay, sometimes you may have two dark moons, or you may have a dark moon, then you have two crescent moons, and the moon is shaped like a football, like a small football field, because of the position of the sun and the position of the earth and the moon. Do you understand me? When they line up in position. Okay, see, so that sign is talking about an astronomical, that's an eclipse. Do you understand me? Because when you go back into creation, the world was made in darkness. Do you understand me? The stars, the moon, the stars, the gas giants, and the planets are what we call known as fourth day creation. Do you understand me? It is what it is. Let's read that again. Ecclesiasticus 43 verse 6. He made the moon to serve in her seasons, for a declaration of times and a sign of the world. From the moon is the sign of feast. Now that feast, I think the Hebrew word for that would be horte, means appointed times. Okay, or then you have moedah, okay, and that means fixed times. Because see, understand, The moon regulates the Sabbath, and the moon, that regulation are what we known as the feast days and holy days. You understand? Let's read that again, verse 7. Ecclesiastes 43, verse 7. From the moon is the sign of feast, and it's talking about the eclipse. A light that decreaseth in her perfection. And the light that decreaseth in her perfection. And it's talking about, again, the new moon or that dark moon. Do you understand me? That dark moon or that new moon is what you call a sign, an eclipse. You understand me? Because that's a sign that starts off its Sabbath. You understand me? It is what it is, okay? In fact, we're gonna hold that one. Let's finish up. We're gonna hold that. Let's go back to Ecclesiastes 43. Ecclesiastes 43, verse 6. He made the moon also to serve in a season for times and a declaration of time, and a sign of the world. From the moon is the sign of feast, a light that decreaseth in her perfection, and a light that decreaseth in her perfection. Again, it's talking about the new moon and the dark moon, because see, the dark moon regulates the Sabbath, not Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, but the new moon regulates the Sabbath. And in fact, and we're going to finish up, but let's go ahead. Okay, let's go ahead on to the book of Isaiah. Okay, let's go into the book of Isaiah. Regulate something. Let's get Isaiah 66 and 23. Isaiah 66, verse 23. And it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, from one Sabbath to another, shall all flesh come to worship me before me, saith the Lord. Meaning that to come and worship Yahweh, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you have to worship him on the lunar cycle, not on the solar on the solar cycle. You understand me? It's all regulated off the moon. Okay? In fact, let's get listen to what Solomon say. Let's go to the book of 2nd Chronicles. Let's get 2nd Chronicles 2 and verse 4. 2nd Chronicles chapter 2 verse 4. Behold, I built a house to the name of the Lord my God Yahweh, to dedicate it to him, and to burn before him sweet incense, and for the continued shewbread, and for the burnt offering mornings and evenings. See, mornings and evenings. See, in the evenings when the sun go down and the moon is coming up. Do you understand me? That's when Yahweh appears. Okay, say like when you go to church on Sundays. See, a lot of people go to church on Sundays, right? But the truth, now if you're going to go to church on Sunday, you best to go at nighttime. Do you understand me? Because see, everybody go in the daytime, the 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock service. So what happens is that they sun worshiping. But the true worshiping of Yahweh God is in the evenings. Okay, that's why the church always be open 5 o'clock. You understand me? 6 o'clock. That's when you have night church. And a pastor know and understand these things. You understand me? It is what it is. It's just that y'all lack the understanding when it comes to worshiping and understanding what you worshiping. Okay? Because see, the pastor already know that the church begins and worshiping begins in the evening. Not 8 o'clock in Sunday school. You understand me? Not the 11 o'clock service, but the service that starts after 6 o'clock. Do you understand me? See, y'all got to understand the church be open in the mornings and in the evenings. Okay? Let's read that again. 2 Chronicles chapter 2 verse 4. Behold, I built a house to the name of the Lord my God Yahweh, to dedicate it to him, and to burn before him sweet incense, and for the continued shewbread, and for the burnt offering mornings and evenings. Now see, in the mornings, before the sun come up. Do you understand me? See, so in the evenings and the mornings is when you worshiping Yahweh Shai. I mean, not worshiping Yahweh Shai, Shalaki, when you worshiping Yahweh God. I mean, Shalaki, when you worshiping Yahweh God. Do you understand me? Christ brought obedience. You understand me? So Christ worshiped Yahweh God, his Father, in the evenings and in the mornings. Do you understand me? He don't reveal himself in the you don't worship Yahweh God in the daytime. You don't worship him at 11 o'clock in the morning, 12 o'clock in the morning, in the afternoon, I mean. Shalak, you understand me? It is what it is. Now let's read verse 4 again. 2 Chronicles chapter 2 verse 4. Behold, I built a house to the name of the Lord my God Yahweh, to dedicate it to him, and to burn before him sweet incense, and for the continued shewbread, and for the burnt offering mornings and evenings on the Sabbath and on the new moons. Listen, on the Sabbath and on the new moons, and on the solemn feast day of the Lord our God Yahweh. This is an ordinance forever to Israel. And that's an ordinance for Israel. Okay, see, so when he goes back into say from one new moon to another new moon, regulates the Sabbath. Because see, from that dark moon to the next dark moon, you have 28 and 29 days. You understand me? See, when the Jews or Judaism, when they worship by the planetary system. And why? Because they choose Saturday. Why? Because I think Friday or Saturday, because Yahweh God Sabbath never changes. Do you understand me? But it changes when it comes to the days of the week, to the calendar. You understand me? See, so from one dark moon to another dark moon, from one Sabbath to another, a light that decreaseth in her perfection. And with that dark moon, that's a decrease in the light. Okay? Now, with that first crescent light, that would be called the first day in Babylonian worshiping. Okay, that would consider the first day, which meaning that 14th day would be a full moon, right? Now, and that's according to the increase of the light. But in the decrease of the light from that new moon or that dark moon or that eclipse, when you go to the 14th day, you won't have 50% of the moon showing. You're going to have like 47 to 48% of that moon. That's the decrease of the light. Do you understand me? The Babylonians worship the increase of the light. Now, the confusion is that this new moon is a lunar cycle. That's a day. However, this day was rejected by the first century Jews. Do you understand me? They rejected this lunar calendar and then embraced the solar calendar. You understand? Okay, so let's go into the book of Ezekiel. Let's get Ezekiel 12, 20 and 12, Shalaki. Ezekiel 20 and 12. Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 12. Moreover, I gave them my Sabbath to be a sign between me and them, that they might know that I am the Lord which sanctify them. And that goes back into Exodus 31, because we are to keep the Sabbath, because we were separated from all other nations when he led us up out of Egypt. Do you understand me? So when he established that covenant with the nation of Israel, he separated us from all other nations. You understand? Now let's read that again. Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 12. Moreover, I gave them my Sabbath to be a sign between me and them, that they may know that I am the Lord that sanctified them. But the house of Israel rebelled against me in the wilderness. They walked not in my statutes, and they despised my judgments. And my Sabbath they greatly polluted it. And they polluted the Sabbath by idol worship. Anything outside of the commandments is what you know as idol worshiping. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether it's money, power, title, materialistic. It doesn't matter. Anything that's outside of the commandments is idol worshiping. Simple. You understand? Outside of the commandments is death. You understand me? It doesn't matter what you believe in. It doesn't matter who you are. At the end of the day, outside of these commandments is death. Outside of these commandments is idol worshiping. And they polluted it. Okay, let's go to Amos. Let's go to Amos 5:25 right quick. Amos chapter 5 verse 25. Have ye offered unto me sacrifices and offering in the wilderness 40 years, O house of Israel? But ye have bore the tabernacle of your Moloch, and the tabernacle of your Moloch is what you call the northern Canaanites Baal. Because see, understand, the southern Canaanites, they ran into Yahweh. You understand me? Because YWH or Yahweh was not revealed to the nation of Israel when he led them out of Egypt. Do you understand me? So they wandered in the desert, and when they left Egypt, they carried all these cultural practice and religious symbols with them. They embraced a solar calendar and rejected that lunar calendar. The first century Jews. You understand? Hey, that's why I told y'all, learn and understand what y'all worship, and learn and understand what the Bible and what this political game is about, because they all related. It's just that the church don't teach you these things because they're not designed to teach you. You understand? Hey, it is what it is. Let's read that again. Amos chapter 5 verse 25. Have ye offered unto me sacrifices and offering in the wilderness 40 years, O house of Israel? But ye have bore the tabernacle of your Moloch and your Chinam, your images. Now when he says C-H-I-M, Chinam, he basically talking about the planet Saturn. Okay, do you understand me in the images? Because see, understand the Roman Empire, they were planet worshippers. You understand me? And in fact, let's go to Daniel 2 and 40. Daniel chapter 2 verse 40. And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron. And they're talking about the Roman Empire because they ruled with an iron fist. For as much as iron breaketh in pieces and subdue all things, and as iron breaketh all these, shall it break in pieces and bruise. Meaning that the Roman Empire conquered these other empires, but no empire ever conquered the Roman Empire. You understand me? Nobody came up against the Roman Empire. They fell to the Renaissance. You understand me? They fell to the Renaissance, and we finna get into that. Okay? But no other kingdom ever came up and ran up and took over on Rome. You understand? Let's read that again. Daniel chapter 2 verse 40. And the fourth kingdom shall be as strong as iron. Now when it says that fourth kingdom, it's talking about number 1 is Babylon. Number 2 is the Medes. Number 3 is the Persian. And number 4 is what we call the Roman Empire. Do you understand me? It is what it is. See, because Alexander, Alexander and them, they were Greeks. Okay, so we talking about the fourth kingdom. All right, let's read that again. Daniel chapter 2 verse 40. And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces and subdue all things, and as iron breaketh in all these, shall it break in pieces and bruise. Now when the Bible say break in pieces, today politically we call it countries. Do you understand me? Countries and kingdom, when it comes to the scriptures, they have the same political and biblical definition. Sometimes the scripture refers to countries as kingdoms, and sometimes in the scriptures, instead of kingdom, you have countries. Do you understand me? Countries and kingdom are the same thing. Why? Because you have one city and a territory that come together that form a state, that form a country, that form that governance system. Do you understand? It is what it. Oh, I done lost my page. Oh, Daniel. Oh yeah, Daniel, chapter 2, verse 41. And whereas thou sawest the feet of toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron, The kingdom shall be divided. Now, when it says the clay, it's talking about religion. Okay, iron is the Roman Empire. When it's talking about clay, clay is that religion. You understand? Let's read that again, verse 41. And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided. And the Roman Empire, when it broke into pieces, into what we know today as countries, it was divided. Because see, Dorsaland, the central seat of Rome, got so big to where Dorsaland divided it to what we know as Eastern and Western Europe to this day. That's why you got Eastern Europe and you have Western Europe. Because those Eastern and Western Europe at one point are together, they formed the Roman Empire. Not America is not a Roman Empire, but the political system and the ideology of America's political system is based on the Roman Empire. Because see, understand, America got its independence from England. England is a part of the Roman Empire. America is the daughter, is the cub of England. You understand? See, y'all better learn y'all history and learn and understand what this game is about. Because see, the Bible is a political historical book. Because you have recorded history. It's in the scriptures. You understand? That's why the Bible is a political book, because everything politically that happened in the past and that's going to continue in the present are all biblically related. Why? Because history repeats itself. You understand what it is? Okay, let's read that again, verse 42. Daniel chapter 2, verse 42. And as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partially strong and partially broken. And basically, what it's talking about, partially being strong, is that you have that Paris Accord. And what we have, the 7 heads, is what we call NATO. Okay, see, so these countries are still together through NATO. They are still together through democracy. Do you understand me? It is what it is, because see, democracy what broke up the Roman Empire. Okay, you understand me? It was democracy. And in fact, we're gonna hold that, and let's go up to where we at? Let's go up to Daniel 2. Let's go to yeah, let's go up to Daniel 2, and let's go to verse 32. We're gonna start at verse 32. Daniel chapter 2, verse 32. This image head was of fine gold, which is talking about Babylon. His breast and his arms as silver, and his belly and his thighs as brass, talking about the Medes, the Persian, and the Greeks. Okay, you understand? His legs of iron, his feet part of iron and part of clay, meaning that politically they are iron and religiously. You understand me? So it's talking about politics and it's talking about religion. Okay, you understand? Let's read that again. Verse 33. Daniel chapter 2, verse 33. His leg of iron, his feet of iron and part of clay. Thou sawest, listen, thou sawest till a stone was cut out without hand, which smote the image upon his feet, whereof iron and clay, and break them into pieces. Meaning that democracy and religious ideology came and broke up the Roman Empire. That's why you go back into the scriptures, they were going to break in pieces and bruise. Okay? They're broken up through politically and religiously. You understand? It is what it is, because see, understand, religion comes from Babylon. Okay, this paganism worshiping, this sun worshiping, Saturday worshiping, all this extends from Babylon. You understand me? Because the Roman Empire is a daughter of Babylon. See, understand, Babylon that the Bible speaks about is not a geographical location. Babylon is a monarchy system. See, that's why y'all don't know and understand the game, so y'all fall victim to the government. Y'all start worshiping the government. Next thing you know, y'all going to accept the mark of the beast because y'all don't understand politics. Y'all don't understand the scriptures. You understand? Because these politicians is Yahweh God prophecies are being played out through these politicians' agenda and legislation. Like I told one person on my job, you a Democrat? Yeah. Well, what's the Democrat agenda? He don't even know. So he's a Democrat, but he don't even know what the fuck the Democrat agenda is about. Because see, you got to understand, world ideology and man governing system goes against the Bible, goes against Yahweh God and his commandments. Because his commandments is a divine governing system. Do you understand me? So when y'all go to the media, you see theocracy. That's what it's called. Theocracy. It's a divine governing system. Donald Trump represents that divine governing system. Okay? And Camilla, Joe Biden represents the philosophical system of man. So when you go to the media outlets, whether it's CNN, MSNBC, or Fox News, you're going to see divine and philosophical of man clashing together. That's politics. Because you're going to have that debate or a conflict between individuals or parties. See, y'all need to learn and understand what this is about. See, I understand the game. You understand me? I understand because I'm heavy into politics. Because the Bible is a political book. And we're going to get a video on that. Okay? This is what y'all need to understand. Okay? All that shit about a white man coming out of the sky to save you, and you finna walk around thinking with angel wings and sleeping with the animals, and all that is bullshit. All that ain't nothing but fantasy land. Y'all need to look in this thing in the reality. Okay? And the reality of the matter is that these politicians, legislators, and agenda are playing out Yahweh God prophecies. Okay? You understand me? I did a video about that. Oh, let's finish up. Daniel, chapter 2, verse 34. Thou sawest till the stone was cut out without hands, which smote the image upon his feet, and that word of iron and clay, and break them into pieces. Then was the iron, the clay, the brass, silver, and gold broken into pieces together, and became like the shaft of a summoning threshing floors. And the wind carried them away, that no place was found for them. Meaning that people say that America is the Roman Empire. America is not no Roman Empire. You understand me? That's false. Okay? The Roman Empire don't exist because the wind that carried it took them away. History went and carried their ass away. You understand me? Because then you had the Renaissance period. Okay? And then now you got up to now. See, so Babylon, the Persia, Medes, the Greeks, all the empires don't exist no more. They only exist in the history books. You understand? It is what it is. Okay? And to finish up. And the stone, listen, and the stone that smote the image became a great mountain and filled the whole earth. And that mountain is what we call, that stone that formed that mountain is democracy. Okay? And democracy is still being implemented. China has a democracy political system. Although China and Russia are communist countries, but when it comes to their political system and putting people into office, into power, they have a democracy. They have a democracy. Because see, understand, democracy started coming in the end of the Ottoman Empire. I think around what? 1299 AD. That's when you had democracy that was coming into play. Okay? You understand? See, so democracy what broke them up. Democracy and religion. Okay? But yet, they are still together politically, is what we call NATO. Okay? The Paris Accord. You understand? So when they got mad, when they say Donald Trump was going to leave NATO, we're going to back up out of NATO. Because, see, understand, America is not the Roman Empire. Okay, so whoever tell you that, that's bullshit. It's not the Roman Empire. Okay, but its political system is based on the Roman Empire political system. All right, let's go back. Daniel, chapter 2. Let's start at verse 40 again. Verse 40. And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron. For as much as iron breaketh in pieces and subdue all things, and as iron that breaketh all these shall it break in pieces and bruise. And whereas thou sawest the feet and told part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided. And the kingdom was divided because Dorsaland divided it into what we know as Eastern and Western Europe. But there shall be in it the strength of iron, for as much as thou sawest iron mixed with mere clay. Meaning that it's going to be strong politically, but religiously, they're going to be broken up. Okay? Because see, understand, although they are Christians, although they are Christianity, and they believe in Mary and Jesus, but you got different branches of Christianity. Okay? You got Baptist, Methodist, Pentecostal, Holiness, Salvationist, Jehovah's Witness, and so forth. Okay? And all these churches believe, all these religions, Methodist, Baptist, Pentecostal, Holiness, Jehovah's Witnesses, all these people believe in Mary and Jesus. But yet, when it comes to the Bible, they all got different ideologies, because they all come from the philosophical commandments. They coming from the philosophical part of the commandments. You understand? The Baptist church and the Holiness church, they got different views, but they believe in Mary and Jesus. So they're going to be divided. You understand? Religiously, ideology. Okay, you got the Salvationists and the Salvation and the Baptists. They kind of pretty much together. Okay, they kind of pretty much agree on everything. Now you have the Baptist church, and then you have Jehovah's Witnesses. They believe in Mary and Jesus, but ideology, when they read the scriptures, they have difference. They have a difference. Okay, there is a difference. So basically, religion is broken up into what we know as many sections. Okay, and politically, the Roman Empire is still together, but politically, it's together through NATO, through policies, through foreign policies. You understand? It is what it is. All right. Yeah, okay. Daniel, chapter 2, verse 43. And whereas thou sawest the iron mixed with mere clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men. Listen. They shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave to one another, even as iron is not mixed with mere clay. Meaning that you had people try to put Rome back together, but it's not going to happen. Okay? You had Charlemagne, he tried to put Rome back together. You had Charles of Spain, he tried to put Rome back together. You had Hitler tried to put Rome back together. You had Louis the 14th, he tried, I think one of them, he tried to put Rome back together. And understand, the Roman Empire is never going to come back together, because they are broken into what we know as pieces, countries. You know what I'm saying? Politically, they're known as countries. Biblically, they're known as kingdoms. You understand? So the Roman Empire is not going to come back together. But yet, and understand, the Roman Empire, they were planning worshippers. And they planning worshiping not only was in the Roman Empire, and the days of the week are based on the planetary system, but this whole pagan practice goes back into Babylon. You understand me? Because see, Babylon gave birth to the modern religion that we have out to this day. You understand me? So y'all need to understand plagiarism. Okay, and in fact, let's go to Revelation 17. Let's get Revelation 17 and 5, I believe. And then let's go on ahead into the book of Genesis, the 11th chapter. Let's go Genesis 11 and 9, I believe. But we're going to start at 8. Revelations chapter 17 verse 5. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great. And it says Mystery, Babylon the Great. Why? Because the Babylonian doctrine is a copy of the Sumerian doctrine. Okay, because see, understand, the Sumerians and the knowledge of the first world spilled through 8 people to the second world. You understand me? See, so Semiramis and Nimrod and them, the second world, they understood and they knew knowledge of the first world. Okay, you understand? The Sumerian doctrine is surrounded by myth and legend, and Babylonians doctrine is surrounded by myth and legend because their doctrine goes back into the Sumerians. You understand me? See, so let's go back into the story. So when Anunnaki left, they left for a monarchy system because there was an uprising in the first world. You understand me? That's why Babylon is what we know as a monarchy system, meaning one man rule. And to this day, America has a monarchy system because we have one president that rules. You understand me? And when you want to go back into the biblical history, Nimrod and his kingdom, okay, and the beginning of his kingdom was Babel, and he rich in Kalad in the land of Shinar. Okay, see, so you had these cities that come together that form that Babylonian system. You understand me? Because Nimrod was the king. He was like a Nephilim. He protected the people, so they labeled him the king. You understand? Let's read that again. Revelations chapter 17, verse 5. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots, and abomination of the earth. Meaning that through Babylonian, through Semiramis, and it's talking about her, Semiramis, she gave birth to religion. And this religion practice, and its paganism practice is still here being implemented to this day. You understand? We're going to hold Genesis. Let's go into Jeremiah 51 and 7, I believe. Jeremiah 51 verse 7. Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, that made all the earth drunken. And Babylon been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, meaning Babylon, throughout history, Babylon is still here to this day. So it's not talking about a geographical location. It's talking about a governing system of man, a philosophical system of man, which meaning one man rule. Do you understand me? See, so Babylon been a cup in the Lord's hand for years. Okay, from the beginning of time until now. You understand? Genesis, the 11th chapter, verse 9. Therefore it is called Babel. Now Babel basically means the gate of gods. Okay, because see, understand, when Nimrod was alive, he had built a lot of shrines. And they worship not only Nimrod, but they worship the planet, the planetary system. Okay? See, so when Nimrod died, he became the sun god. And that's where you get sun worshiping. And today, what we know as Christianity. Why? Because Christianity, they go to church on a Sunday. They Sunday worship. That's why they call it Sunday worshiping. But y'all don't understand that. Y'all think y'all worshiping God. But y'all not worshiping God. Y'all worshiping Nimrod becoming the sun god. Okay? You understand me? And then when Semiramis died, she became the moon goddess, or what we know as Ishtar. See, so when y'all celebrate Christmas, y'all not celebrating the birth of Christ. Y'all celebrating the birth of Nimrod becoming the sun god. That's what you call sun worshiping. Okay? And then when y'all celebrate Easter, y'all celebrate Semiramis because she became the moon goddess, the queen of heaven. Easter egg, Ishtar, fertility. Okay? Y'all don't understand this. Okay? And in fact, we're gonna hold that. Let me get Jeremiah 7 and 18, I believe. Jeremiah chapter 7, verse 18. The children gather wood, and the fathers kindle the fire, and the women knead their dough to make cakes to the queen of heaven, which is Semiramis, and to pour out drink offering unto other gods. And them other gods are those celestial objects that they worship. Do you understand me? See, so understand that this pagan worshiping practice was not only in the Roman Empire, but it extends to Babylon, and it's still being here implemented to this day. That's why Saturday and Sunday is paganism worshiping. You understand? Hey, it is what it is. All right? It is what it is, okay? See, so now we're going to go back to the moon calendar. See, understand that the new moon is a lunar date. Now, when you have two new moons, that'll be like, this is a new moon. This would be a lunar day, right? The second moon would be the second day of that lunar cycle, right? The reason why it's still dark is because of the position of the sun and the moon and the earth. So you're going to have that 2 days eclipse, okay? And those 2 days are lunar cycle days, but they was rejected, okay, from the first century Jews. But understand that Yahweh calendar is regulated off the moon. The moon is part of the fourth day creation, yet it's the decrease of the light of the dark moon. Do you understand me? It is what it is. So let's get back to the Apocrypha. Let's go back to the Apocrypha 40. Ecclesiasticus 43. And let's go back to let's go to verse 8. Ecclesiasticus 43, verse 8. The month is called after her name. Listen, the month is called after her name, increasing wonderfully in her charging, in her changing, being an instrument of the armies above. Meaning that eclipse signifies the armies. Okay, see, so when you have a half a moon, full moon, or whatever, okay, certain celestial objects take place. Certain astronomical events take place. Let's read that again. Verse 8. Ecclesiasticus 43, verse 8. The month is called after her name, increasing wonderfully in her changing, being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmaments of heaven, the beauty of heaven, the glory of the stars, and ornament, giving light in the highest places of the Lord. Meaning that moon shines bright. The celestial objects and astronomical events are based off that lunar cycle. Okay, do you understand me? See, so when it says the armies of the heavens, it's basically talking about the cosmos, talking about those asteroids, talking about those comets that's taking place. Do you understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Okay, see, so understand that Saturday and Sunday, it's not the true Sabbath. They are planet worshiping days, and them Sabbaths are based off a planetary system, and it's not based off Yahweh lunar calendar. Do you understand me? It is what it is. See, so learn and understand what this game is about.